Welcome back to Helsinki, Finland, and to the Assembly Party. Our Aces ROG Masters tournament has got to a point where two teams are left to fight for their glory and shine and that beautiful trophy. The teams have met before in this tournament, and it will be a grudge match between the old school team peppered with some young talent against some youngsters who are ready to take their throne. Please give it up for HAVU Gaming and Vitalis. Otto, how are you feeling?
Yes, I'm feeling.
Alexi, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
How did you guys use a break after the Nordic Championship?
We went to our hotel rooms and just chilled for a bit.
You played earlier today. Did you make any adjustments against your opponent?
And we just talked the game through and how we're going to play. Nothing else.
How about you? How did you use a break?
Well, we went to eat and just chilled on the stage.
Did you make any preparations or adjustments from the first game?
Yeah, we know our mistakes now and hope we can play better next time.
Anything you want to tell your opponent?
Let's play an entertaining match.
Anything?
Well, I'm hoping for a good final.
All right, the players can leave their teams and go have fun on their server game while we head out to our casters. Tommy and Joona, please take it away.
I'm surprised you remembered your name.
That's I think it's a flying start. That is, getting your names right is something you should do. Maybe he should have had a beer between the semifinal and the finals.
It's big nerves.
I know,
Just
right?
imagine the players.
Yeah, I know. And that banter the teams were throwing at us, again, it's genius. But it's a final time. It's always it's a glorious time in a tournament.
Look, I'll put up with bad interviews as long as we get good Counter-Strike. I think that's a fair trade-off.
Hoping that's the case, right? We get a best of 3. That's the last thing of the day. We do get a best of 3. We're going to Mirage, Inferno, and Overpass as the decider.
Yep. So Vitalis picked Mirage. That's their pick. HAVU gets to choose side, so they start on CT side in that map. Inferno is actually HAVU's pick, surprisingly. Haven't seen them play Inferno much. And on that, they're starting on the T side. And then should he go to a deciding third map, that's gonna be Overpass, which is the map that they played in the group stage, where Vitalis lost a 12-4 lead, commanding lead in the game, a save round win, and pulled home a 16-14 win. So far, the best player in the tournament has been Alexi. He's been on fire this entire event. Sergey's had a solid event. I mean, no one in HAVU really played poorly. That's what you get when you win like 16-1 and then get the other win.
Yeah, it's the same maps they played in the finals of NESA 2017, one thing, right? The Inferno, Mirage, and Overpass. I think in the same order, too. Inferno was a 16-4 win to Vitalis, and Mirage 14-16. I mean,
you think you got it the wrong way around.
Yeah,
HAVU won Inferno,
exactly.
16-4, and then who are now called Vitalis won Mirage 16-14.
And overtime and Overpass. So, judging from that, should be a pretty good match. And what we saw in the group stage too here.
No, they're very evenly matched so far,
Yeah.
and they've clearly been the two strongest teams so far this tournament. Didn't losing the title to a foreign team. Your team just couldn't bring the trophy.
Why do we need to talk about this? Why do we need to bring back bad memories?
Oh, I'm just saying, not everybody pulled their weight.
Jeez. Wow. Okay.
But we are getting ready to go live. Looks like restarts are coming in on the server. HAVU starting on the CT side on Mirage.
Let's get straight into it.
Start to the game.
Yep, let's get into it. Pistol round is live. As we said, Vitalis is going to be on T side. We have a smoke and Molotov in the hands of Arvid. Everyone else, except for Aune, who's actually thinking.
And we're doing.
Yeah, well, we're apparently stopping this.
Stopping the game. Restarting.
Hopefully nothing major.
Sergey's winning the Civil War with 3 kills on the board. All right, looks like the game is gonna start now. Hopefully get this one underway. So once again, HAVU on the CT side, the last time these two teams met on the same map, it was Vitalis who won 16-14, then playing under the name of Skitlight. So let's see what comes out of this. Arvid is the one who buys a smoke and a Molotov, and on it as well, 2 flashes and a smoke, and it looks like this is gonna be a B play.
Yeah. So they're going towards the middle straight away. Otto ready, just rushing cat, they're multi window. It's gonna be a very, very fast short push towards B. Alexei, though, is going to be under pressure here from 3 of the T's, and the first 2 picks go in the way of Vitalis.
And that worked perfectly. Got the entry. Alexei was completely caught off guard. They just weren't spotting middle aggressively enough. And it's going to be a very tough retake with Ane now on the very late flank coming up from Catwalk. Zarte gets the opening kill, but it's also planted for Ane. I think Zarte hurt him, though.
Yep.
That's a nice kill. Evens it up to 3 versus 3 now. Karhan gets 2 headshots, and all of a sudden we have Bana in a 1 versus 3 situations. Just turned around very quickly, gets the first kill.
Yeah, the bomb is openly
not in a
planted.
bad spot.
Yeah.
So this is actually doable.
Yeah, they can defuse in the smoke,
Second
though.
kill coming in. And just gets the 3rd with the knife. Saves the round for Vitalis, but man, that looked bad there for a while.
Yeah.
It looked Vitalis should have been able to just run over the round when it was a 5-on-3, but a part of the problem was 2 of their players didn't actually have armors, which made it a lot harder to defend the site. But Zarte really made the play that at least gave HAVU a chance, because if he doesn't turn around and kill Ane, he's the one who decides that round. And HAVU don't even get a chance, so let's see. It is a pistol buy, 3 deagles. No, is it 5?
Yeah,
5
5
deagles for
deagles.
HAVU. Sergey is going to be the one getting action here first. I think it's Arvid who's going to be peeking him. And he hits a nice headshot, gets taken out by Otto. Nice return. Alexei with a headshot of his own. Some trades here early on. Reflex gets 2. It's a 1-on-2 right now for Ane. Just unfavorable trading in the site. And that's going to be a fast rotation for Alexei going all the way around to T-spawn.
Good thing for him, though. 100 HP on Ane. He has a smoke and 2 flashes still. He's going to get a safe plan into it. And now...
This should be a very favorable round for Ane. There's no kits for the CTs. He should be aware of the fact that they most likely don't have kits. He's got a smoke and 2 flashes to delay with.
Oh.
See, but he's peeking fairly aggressively, giving the CTs a chance.
This flash, though.
But he spots it. Second flash gets him. Does he get behind the corner? Just barely, but he just re-peeks without flashing. That was a bit of a curious play.
A stretch is what that was. Close diffuse, though.
And that wasn't even a full buy from HAVU. They only had deagles. They didn't have armor, so they would have had money for the 4th round. That was a bit of a mistake from Vitalis. I mean, first of all, that shouldn't have gone to the 1v2. But once it did, Bona could have just fallen back to CT. He could have used the smoke, could have used the 2 flashes to just delay the CTs who didn't have kits, but instead he just went for the very aggressive peek, knowing they could pick up AKs.
And the same scenario they had on Overpass, winning 2 pistol round, then losing the round after that, and it wasn't pretty afterwards either. So
no, I think we've seen this story play out once more. Reflex is spotting B, gets blinded, falls back. There's a good molly in the side. It's going to make it very tough or impossible for Vitalis to actually get anywhere. Zarte and Reflex just quickly get all the 5 kills, split the pot between the two. 2-1 now, and it's going to be Vitalis on a buy round.
Yep. It's not going to be the greatest of them. No op in play.
This is exactly the start that HAVU wanted.
Indeed it is.
Full money control early on the CT side.
That's what you want to see if you're them. And they're going to be pushing middle here. I think. Oh, never mind. They're actually just sending one to jump in the window to short. That's going to be Karan here. Along with Alexei, who's going to get the first kill, just playing really aggressively.
On it, they missed the smoke to window, or maybe Exart blocked it, but on it was just jumping out without any worries in the world. 3 people shooting at him. Just gave up a free kill right there. Arvid trying to push into B. Does some damage to Reflex, but not enough, gets taken out. It's a 3v5 now, and things are just getting worse and worse for Vitalis.
Yeah, it's just overcompensating for the loss in middle. He was trying to make a play to even out the numbers, but instead is going to put his team into a 2-player disadvantage. Now, again, we see all of Vitalis are very, very spread out on the map. Now, you need to kind of just put your 3 guys together and try to make a play out of it. But instead, they seem to be, very spread out.
What it's going to come down to is someone just needs to get an entry kill.
Yeah, well.
Best candidate here would be gone right about now. Down to 2v5, and this is now very tough situation. Bona gets the entry on Alexi, who actually was trying to peek Link, but didn't realize no one was holding apartments. Ariel now is going to peek Connector. He needs to get a kill here. But he gets surprised by Karn, who's all the way back in Catwalk. Last man left, Bona gets taken out by Sergey. Easy kill for him. It's going to be 3-1, and now once again, more money into the bank accounts of HAVU. And Vitalis just have no money at all.
Yeah, no,
it's almost all but guaranteed to be 1-4.
Yeah, not a great outlook for them for this round for sure. But yeah, I think the biggest, you can't really win rounds with, first of all, once you lose a member in middle straight away, like they did, and then people just kind of trying to wing it and just go for like a duel at some part of the map, trying to equalize the numbers. You can still win a 4 and 5 if you just do things together instead of trying to individually compensate for whatever happened around previously.
Well, there's also smart duels to take, right? I mean, walking into B from B apartments is not one of them.
Nor that. Just jumping out the window.
That was also a bit of a questionable play. I mean, he definitely didn't think there'd be 3 people there, but at the same time, they had no information to make that assumption based on. So 1 AK now in the hand of Arvid, no armor. Actually, Ariel has armor, so you would think he should be the one to take the AK here.
If he's vocal about it.
Let's see.
Yep,
they're going to make the switch right now. So Ariel now is going to be the first one in, and this actually puts quite a bit of pressure on HAVU, because if he's able to get just 1 entry kill, all of a sudden this round is wide open, because they do have pistols to work with, and the B side is very hard to retake. Let's see what happens here. Reflex gets 2 kills before getting taken down. It's a 3-on-3, but Alexi is on the quick flank with the MP9. And he's got a chance to completely foil the plans of Vitalis. Gets the opening kill. Anna is down to very low health. It's basically all on Ariel right now. He needs to make a play. Gets the first kill on Sergey. Down to 19 health. Alexi gets dinged, but he still has about 50 health. That was probably the round, but Anna gets the kill. He's in a tough spot, though. Needs to go for the peak. Gets the early dink, but he's down to just 50 health. Doesn't have time to reload. Ends up being a fairly easy clutch for Karn, but that was a good save round, and it all started from Exar just jumping down from window, fully expecting no one to be in underground.
Yeah.
That was a big risk. Didn't actually end up costing them that much, but well,
still,
in terms of weaponry, it did. But at least they survived the round.
Yeah, I don't see a world where you need to do that push anyway. So very unnecessary to begin with.
No, it didn't make any sense. It would work out if there's one guy there, but just no need taking that risk.
That's
Otto
a good opening.
That's
what they need.
Gets the early entry, and he's been fantastic for Vitalis so far this tournament. Ariel's been the best performer for Vitalis, but right behind is Otto so far this event. They've been the 2 biggest carries. Arvid's played well overall.
Yeah.
Little more quiet on Ane and Bana so far. For HAVU, it's been Alexi as the number 1 guy easily on the scoreboard. But Reflex has also had a pretty good tournament so far. Let's see, once again, up 5v4. Zarte is playing very, very close to the T ramp with an op. It's a good spot because you see the shadow if the terrorists come there first, but it doesn't look like anybody's going to come that way, though Otto right now grouping up there with an op. Looks like his team is going to split into the A side, and that's going to force Zarte to move before they actually go there. Bana right now coming out of the apartments, and 3 people about to execute into the site from Connector. Reflex is already rotating. They just need to get the entry on Sergey, who's stuck behind the bomb box. Gets taken out, Arvik and Ane get kills.
The bomb is down in the slope, though.
Yep. And there's 35 seconds left. The Bana just peeks by himself. There's no one to trade the kill. Zarte missed 2 shots. That's unfortunate, because he could have actually hit both those kills.
Yeah, very close.
And that could have been the round. So, I mean,
valiant effort. I mean,
the first person peeking, I think, was Bana. Just jumped too soon. He needed to wait for his teammates to make sure that they get traded, because Zarte really had a chance to win that round at the end there. There was a good play by him playing so far up close with an op, because even after his teammates got killed in the site, that gave HAVU a chance to win that round. But now, as a result of so many people dying on the save round, HAVU have no money left in the bank.
Exactly.
So this is a must-win round for them now. Zarte's playing on the left side of the window from the CT's point of view. So bit committed for
Very
middle
committed,
teams.
yeah. Yeah, it's a rough spot to try to get out of. Does have a smoke though, if you really needed to get out of it. You could still do it.
HAVU playing with 3 people somewhat towards the middle. Potentially might be going for a little bit of a push once Vitalis actually take over. Karan is very close to be short. So 3 people who might be able to collapse on middle once Vitalis start making noise, but they're just so slow. They're so far back. Which is surprising because they do have the op and they should have an idea of the money and know that HAVU probably don't have one. So now they take over middle. There's 1 minute left on the clock. Otto's gonna smoke connector off. Another smoke goes into window, and that's gonna render Zarte completely useless. He's not gonna be able to see anything through that smoke for quite a while. And Vitalis are grouping up slowly towards B short. Otto gets a nice kill on Alexi, but there's still Karan right up close in B, and this is gonna be the push now. Someone needs to get an entry kill here, or it's gonna get really tricky. Karan gets 2. It's impossible to run through that smoke. Zarte still in the site. Arby gets a key kill, but there's still Karan.
And the bomb is down on short, so that's a big issue. Otto now, with only 4 HP, is going to have to make a run for it towards A bomb side, which right now is actually empty. So he will get the bomb plant, but it's going to be a tough one for him.
Yep, he's going to be able to get the bomb down, but he needs to get... Well, the good thing is he has an op, so he actually does have a chance. But it's still going to be so hard. And just barely doesn't see the first player peeking out. That was a nice round by Karan. He just stayed. He stayed very passively behind the smoke, wouldn't overextend, got the first 2 kills, and then just stayed alive as the terrorists got into the site. Reflex probably should have gotten the first kill, but that was a nice entry from I think Ariel coming out of, or maybe Arvid coming out of B apartments.
Yeah.
And now Vitalis still have money, but this is going to be the last of it if they lose. So big round for both teams. Whoever loses this round is going to be broke. 5-2 the score in favor of HAVU right now.
Yeah, both teams actually, money-wise, are on the verge. So whoever wins this will potentially get 2 out of it because it's going to be an eco for one of them.
Yep, and Alexi takes some damage from the Molotov. Sergey playing fairly aggressively in the window. And once again, an aggressive middle setup. There's 3 players towards the middle for HAVU.
Yeah. They are definitely putting a lot of focus in that middle. Having 1 window here, 1 connector, and 1 short. But as you can see from Vitalis, they've left the bomb outside of B halls, just kind of trying to make it a man advantage before they decide on which bomb site they get into. But now they realize they've spent a minute without really achieving much else except for sort of having mid control and taking information off of HAVU. So this is now a time where they would need to have some kind of execute towards the A bomb site. But the problem is they only have 2 smokes to play with, so it gives you very limited options.
I think they probably are going to end up going towards A through connector.
Yeah, probably 2-3 split here.
Someone's going to need to get an entry kill because, like you said, they don't have a lot of utility to get into that site. So it's going to come down to aim duels here. Reflex still spotting B. Karan's in the ladder room, fairly close to middle. There come the smokes toward the A site. And Zarte misses what should have been an easy kill on Arvid. That's going to allow his teammate or his opponents to get into the site. Ane gets the first kill. It's 4-on-4. Bomb's about to get planted. Ane with the second kill. Does he get the third? Just barely misses. Reflex down to 40 health. 3-on-3 after plant right now. Not very good positioning for the terrorists. Auto connects.
HP advantage, though.
Sergey down to low health, but just poor positions right now for the terrorists. That's going to make it tough.
Are you going to expect another guy to be here, though? They were in the same position, Arvid and his teammate. They got down, but it's going to be Sergey coming in with a kill. So hold down to Bona now with that UMP. In a 1-on-3, and I don't think he's going to have it. He's not. It's going to be diffused coming in from HAVU.
What that round probably came down to at the very end is the shot Otto hit on, I think, Sergey's arm through the box. If that connects, he dies, and they can actually play hiding in the corner. But as a result of Sergey living from that shot, he needs to keep re-peeking. And he actually gets killed, like Zard jumping on top of the box, and that probably swung the round in the end. 6-2 now, Vitalis broke. Going for a bit of a pistol buy, no armors, just some Tech 9s and Deagles.
Yeah. Well, for their sake, would hope they would get a couple kills. That would keep HAVU's economy modest. As we can see from the scoreboard, they don't have a lot of it.
Well, HAVU definitely can't have another anti-eco meltdown like the previous time. Opening kill goes in their favor. Slow round for Vitalis, not really sure what they want to do here. Slowly grouping up towards the A site. The way HAVU are playing the CT side, if you just execute into A, you're basically almost guaranteed to get a bomb plan. But the problem is, the A side is very hard to hold as a terrorist, because as we saw in the previous 3v3, there's just not a lot of good hiding spots in the site. It's fairly easy to methodically just take over and clear everything as a CT. But because they're shifting their players in the middle, Vitalis don't really get full middle control either. There's not a lot to work with for them. It's a bit of a mistake by Sergey that's going to allow Vitalis to get the bomb down. This Otto not ready for Harun to already be there. Can't pick up the gun. And Arvid's the last player left. Should be just a matter of time now.
Yeah.
Gets taken out. It's going to be 7-2 in favor of HAVU now. As the
Clean and easy, right?
Yep. So let's see. So far, no one from Vitalis really stepping up big time. That might be what they actually need to get into this one. It's slowly starting to slip away. It doesn't feel like HAVU's been too dominant so far in the game. No. There's been a lot of close rounds. A lot of rounds the Vitalis were in right until the very end, but
I mean, it's
so
been,
far just unable to convert.
Yeah, it's been Arvid, Ariel, Otto. Those are the guys that have been delivering those situations before. Well, on the CT sides they have. It's the CT sides that have been a little questionable so far, Vitalis for sure, has to be said. Now, it seems like they're waiting for a bit of a delayed mid-push here. They've smoked off Catwalk, but there's only Alexi on short. He's going to get that first shot, connect straight away, but that's going to be traded off by Arvid, and that goes for a connector split. Might be happening straight away, but instead they will have to slow that down and reconsider their options.
They basically just canceled right at the time when Sarte was gonna get a knob pick on the guy coming up from T-Ramp, so it was a good call from Vitalis. Looks like they're trying to boost in a window, but the problem is Reflex is holding that, and if Arvid just jumps in right now, he's surely gonna get spotted.
Timing.
Reflex now rotating out. That's gonna open up the possibility for them to actually gain an entry through the window. Karn with an interesting jump peek in the B side towards.
Sarda had a very, very deep peek, so he knows that's the push coming in. It's going to be totally blinded right now. It's all up to Karan right now to be able to help him out.
It's just not working out. Vitalis just getting mowed down in the B side. Not getting any entries as Otto misses just another op shot. Finally connects on one, but it's just not enough. He's going to get killed. Not sure what happened to Arvid, how he actually wound up getting taken down, but he held the keys to that round. Aside from Vitalis not being able to get an entry, the CTs in B just played it very smart. They instantly fell back once they spotted the terrorists coming in, rotated to spots where they're not getting picked off, and then Arvid not being able to get a kill from the flanking position really sealed the round for HAVU right there.
Well,
and it's another save round, this time tech armors for most of Vitalis. Just auto-saving for the op, so he has a P250. 8-2 now.
Yeah. It's going to be a straight out.
Vitalis are going to need to get more rounds.
Yeah, B short push coming in. Good trade there from Vitalis. They're going to get into the bomb side, are they? Reflex is going to go down too after getting a kill. So that's a trade.
Ariel with a double now. They also got the rifle. There's another one towards short, but they can't get there. Alexi catches Ariel off guard. Looks like he's going to connect with the nade. There's the touchdown. 2v3 right now. Bana gets spotted. Doesn't get killed yet. 1-on-3, and he's going to get mollied. This is a nightmare for Vitalis. And just at the time that it would have been peaked from short, gets taken out by Sergey. 9-2 now for Vitalis. They finally get an entry into the site. Oh, sorry, yeah, for HAVU. Finally get an entry into the site, but they just can't hold on to it.
Yeah. I feel like they needed to go a little bit more aggressive towards market at that point in time because they were still on those Sec 9s, right? So you want to kind of be there in their faces once the retake is coming through. But instead, they held longer angles and just got off, kind of picked up hard one by one. So that doesn't fly too often, does it? But now we're going to be finally on the weapons once again. 4 AKs, the AWP, and a straight up A play is going to be now in the play, it seems
and
like.
this is going to be the one round where Alexi is actually playing towards it
Yeah.
as opposed to connector. So rough timing for Vitalis. Good read from Alexi. And he's going to escape from this smoke. It's going to be so dangerous for Vitalis. And there he goes. 2 kills right off the bat.
That's a big 2 kills. It's going to really just slow down the push. But Ariel is going to get that bomb plant into the smoke. Is he not, though? Sergey does get the kill. But Arvid still trying to keep himself in this round. Comes down from the apps, gets 2 kills for his name, and is now 2-on-1, actually favoring Vitalis, and somehow they do turn it around.
So then this is the round that they actually wind up winning. It's
I don't know.
doesn't make a lot of sense.
I was gonna say.
that was a great call from or read from Alexi,
Yeah,
though,
100%.
to understand that was the round they were actually going to execute into A, play right behind the smoke. Actually got a little unlucky. He probably should have gotten the 3rd kill most of that time there, but nice conversion at the end
Let's see what they
by
do here.
Arvid getting those 3 kills coming out of the apartments.
This is going to be some kind of a split connector maybe, but no. Instead, you have 3 Ts here in towards the A-bomb side. Arvid is going to actually make his way towards the B apps once again after doing that couple of smoke. Just trying to make it seem like there's going to be some kind of a mid control coming from Vitalis, but instead, he's going to make his way potentially to the underground together with Ariel here. As the smokes do rain into that A-bomb side to make it seem like an A execute. So it's a full-on fake.
First kill goes for HAVU.
What's going on now?
And Vitalis looked to be just canceling whatever it was they were doing. Unfortunately for them, executing into A, probably not the right call right now.
They have now spent all their smokes. They only have 2 mollies, 4 flashes, or 3 flashes rather. So that's going to really hinder their options, to be honest with you. Now it's all going to be up to a contact play here, and them just hitting some shots. But there's 2 CTs here in the form of Alex and Sergey on the bomb side, and a 3rd one as well towards the connector. So this is going to be a rough one for them.
Just the first kill. It's going to need to go for them. It goes against them. Sergey gets 2, and that's just a round. There's nothing they can do. And it's just a hugely risky call at that point. Because you basically needed 2 entries without any kind of nades to help you get them. And now their economy is just completely shattered. 2 players with less than 2K. HAVU doesn't have a lot of money, but it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, look at how even they're on the scoreboard. Between 9 and 14 kills across the board for them. So it's definitely been like a team effort for them. Couldn't say the same thing for Vitalis, I guess, but they just haven't been there enough, have they?
Well, team effort for the 3 rounds.
Sure.
10-3. Quick rush towards the A-bomb site. Ariel is the one player who can still do something here. Gets the first kill. He's going to get the 2nd kill, but just too late. Sergey kills Arvid at first. Ariel still in window in a dangerous spot.
Oh. Both kind of low on HP, especially Alto right now. The bomb is down a slope, so he needs to make a play at this point in time.
He's also in a tough spot. Looks like Arvid is going to get flashed, but unfortunately Zarte wasn't looking. Now all down to Arvid, who's been spotted. Reflex gets the easy kill, 11-3. It looks like it's going to be another 12-3.
And look at this again.
For HAVU, despite losing the pistol. Same thing happened on Overpass.
They win a round. Vitalis does the pistol round. That is, they lose 4 in a row. They win a round. They lose 5 in a row. They win a round. They lose 2 in a row now. That's one more away.
Looks to be 3 now.
Very likely, isn't it?
Same thing happened on Overpass. HAVU lost the CT pistol. They won the 2nd round, and they won 12-3. Looks like that's where we're headed for this map as well. Just a rough game for Vitalis, despite a pretty good start.
No, they're going to be all with Tech 9s here. Plenty of grenades to work with, so it does allow them to be creative, come up with some kind of a well thought out execute if they have one. But right now they're quite spread out actually. 2 A pit, 1 mid, 2 in B apps. Just kind of waiting, holding. No need for HAVU to really do anything, to be honest with you. No need for any pushes. We do have Sardi again playing very close to it with that AWP.
He's probably gonna be the first to see action here as well.
It's a little risky when you're playing against potentially Tech9s to be up here. You have to really connect on that first one, or then just bail, and then you have to hold for Sergey to be bailing you out.
Looks like this is gonna be a fake towards B, and then an execute into A. Ariel, Arvin's gonna run into B. Ariel's probably gonna go through connector, but Alexi's actually on the flank. Gets instantly taken out. This could actually work in the advantage of Vitalis. Hits a leg shot. That's a nice shot on Bona. But right now, Vitalis are just slowing down far too much. They need to just attack the offer in the site, but it's taking far too long, and that's going to allow HAVU to rotate, and it's going to be such a tough round for them now, even though they get the bomb down.
It is indeed. And Otso's going down as well. It's going to be all up to Ariel. He gets one, but now down to 20 HP. His position is known, although the good thing for him is that the plant is towards him. So that does give him an opportunity. And no smoke in play, just one flash, and that's going to queue up Reflex for a bit of a push, but Reflex is going to get the kill. Diffuse is going to come in. It's going to be a 12-3 half.
It's a very rough half considering Vitalis won the opening round. And on the second round, they didn't really even take map control. They kind of just ran into the A site with AKs mostly. It's not like they even went in there with a bunch of mollies, some flashes, tried to clear the areas. They just got kind of caught off guard. And that really set the tone for the rest of the half. HAVU just dominated from that point onwards. They only lost 2 rounds right in the middle. Always broke Vitalis' money right after. Just a tough half for the underdogs here.
Well, they do have the second half to work with here, though. So it's not all hope is lost at this point. It is still a CD favored map. Obviously, you want to get up to those 6-7 round mark to be comfortable going into the second half, but still all to play for here. Let's see what they can deliver, because we've seen a very dynamic, very aggressive, and just well thought out CT side from them before, obviously on different maps, but still. Some of those qualities do apply to a game of Counter-Strike, no matter the map.
They do. But let's see, only one player playing in the A side for Vitalis currently.
Yeah, it's going to be in a world of trouble here, isn't he? Straight up execute coming in, and it's going to be 4 T's just plowing through. Double grenade it is on a straight from the get-go. Is going to get blown into the air. And that's a mad advantage going the way of HAVU once again.
Bomb plant 5-on-4, and Alexi is on the mega flank. He's going to be coming through underground very late. And this is just so tough for Vitalis. Karan gets 2 headshots in the CT spawn. There's just nothing they can do. Ariel gets 1 as his teammate goes down. It's a 1-on-4. And this is certainly going the way of HAVU right now.
Yeah, a miracle would need to happen for him to have a chance here. Reflex is going to be the last nail in the coffin in this round. It's going to be a 13-3 lead. HAVU looking poised to take map 1.
13-3. It's even better than Vitalis' 12-4 in their earlier match today.
And remember, this is the map that Vitalis win. The last time they met on it, 16-14.
HAVU have looked really good here this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, they've been dominating everyone.
This is their chance to win their 3rd tournament.
Yeah, I think I've read somewhere that the grand total of their winnings from the assembly would be 20K total if they win this as well. So that's not a bad effort, for a weekend, is it?
No, I mean they've had some disappointing results in the past, so this is really going to be cementing their position as the #1 finish team, which is what they've been trying to do for a while. But of course, they still got a couple maps to go. To get their 3rd title here at Assembly Summer. It's going to be the Aces ROG tournament. As Alexi gets the final kill that round, 14-3. Vitalis completely broke. See if they just go for a save or still try to force it on this round.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the point in time where you measure what their level of hope for this map is. Because if they do force into it, it's going to be one of those Hail Marys where it's like, well, this map is already over, may as well buy. But if they do save as they do, it shows you that they have believed in their cause.
Well, also, it just gives you a better chance. Even if you don't think you can come back from 3-15, it's a lot different to lose 10-16 and 3-16. If you at least get into the game, it's going to feel different going into map 2.
Yeah, get a few rounds at least.
HAVU lose Alexi early on. They're still getting into the B side. Arvid this time gets us bombarded with nades. It's 4-on-4 situation right now. The HAVU are poised to get the bomb planted. Let's see. Molly is going to hold the CTs in jungle.
Xarda here is going to get into a bit of action. Ariel is going to take it to duel, but Xarda comes out on top of it, and should be a pretty much a clean sweep here for the HAVU side to make it into map point, or match point in the map number 1.
Bit of a wild peak right as time was expiring. Try to get Zard's AK to pick up. Not going to work out. Zard is, by the way, having a great map. It's 22-9. Leader for HAVU right now. Right ahead of the other old dogs. So old guys currently leading the way.
You don't see that often, do you?
No, it's usually the youngsters.
Yeah.
Maybe you have hope too.
I mean, hope dies last. I've said it before. Hashtag one more year.
15-3, map point in the opening map of the grand final here. And HAVU just ruthlessly taking over middle. They know Vitalis don't have money for an op, so they just run up middle. They don't even waste too many nades taking over it. Looking for picks here. Sergey's kept his UMP, everybody else on an AK. All of Vitalis have bought an M4.
Yeah. Arvid might be here in for a bit of a battle. As he's just waiting for anyone to peek that corner and short. With the smoke in his hand to try and block the way. To be short, yeah. He saw it spot one, and that's going to make him land one of those smokes. Just to delay the push for a little bit. It does actually spray through the smoke, but it's going to be a bush by Alexi B. That's a good call from Alexi to go for that refrag. And now that's going to initiate Mr. Reflex here in the B holes, and that's going to be the push coming to the bomb site.
Fana gets taken down though. Now it's all on auto. Doesn't get a single kill. Lexi gets the second kill of the round, and it's going to be a 1-on-4 for Ariel. And it looks like this is going to seal the first map for HAVU. And this was Vitalis' map pick, and they just got completely shattered. 16-3 for HAVU, continuing the dominance they've shown thus far this weekend here in Helsinki. 16-3 on the opener. That was Vitalis' map pick. Next up is going to be Inferno, which HAVU won 16-4 against the same team about a month ago.
I don't know what to say, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, things are looking rough for Vitalis. At the same time, they definitely mixed a couple things up in the opening map. There's definitely some things they know they can improve on, but they're going to have to show up playing a whole lot better on Inferno to extend this to a third map, because otherwise this is going to be over very quickly.
Yeah, well, high fives being thrown at HAVU camp right now. And they're going to be off to a bit of a break here, a bit of a breather for, I guess, 10 minutes or so. As, yeah, that's a very dominant game for them for sure. And now, as I said, the great thing is they're going to be going into their map choice next, where obviously they're going to have to start on T side, but pretty sure I actually saw them play Inferno before. Yeah, we did in the early. It was in the game against iGame earlier, right? And they were dominating. Obviously, well, they dominated iGame throughout every single time they played them, but still. I remember we were thinking like they were not really utilizing the meta of the map night right now. It's a lot about the Battle of the Banana, and they were not really doing much of that at all. Instead, it would be a lot of A plays straight away, just taking over top and middle and try to make a play out of that. So we'll see how Vitalis has been able to, maybe read through what HAVU likes to do on the map, and if they can penalize them for it.
The one thing that's definitely going in HAVU's favor and on Inferno is I definitely like their leadership group better. I like the experience of Reflex, the fresh ideas of Alexi.
Sure.
Vitaly is still a bit of not a pug, but they haven't been together for so long. Some of their players have actually played together for years, but at the same time, they haven't really been a serious team for that long, so they might not have as much to work with, so they're once again going to need some performances individually from their players. The one thing that they didn't have going for them at all in that map is they didn't get auto the op in situations where it was able to get a difference. And it's probably something that, had they gotten their CT side rolling, that's where he could have actually been a difference maker. Because frankly, he's the best sniper on the server in this series, but he was just a non-factor with the elephant rifle in the opener.
Well, not sure what's going on here is that we should probably take a break before the second map starts. So
Let's run a couple commercials and be back shortly for the
let's make that Skrilla so they can pay us.
second map, the grand final.
They gotta pay us after all. Back. It is the ROG Masters, the Nordic qualifier. The first map, quite a beating by HAVU, to be honest with you, but it's, you know, it's about to be time for the second map. It's all new opportunities for Vitalis to be part of this matchup once again. But I mean, what can you think of it, really? Because it was Vitalis' pick that HAVU just really manhandled going to the map number 2, which is Inferno.
And that was also the map that they won the last time these two met on LAN in a best of 3. It's about a month ago, another Finnish tournament. So things are looking down for Vitalis, but at the same time, I mean, the game definitely wasn't as one-sided as you would think from the 16-3 scoreline. There were a lot of chances, but the fact that HAVU won the second round and the pistol round in the second half just gave him such money control. As we go live here, this one thing I'll say is now that they get to start on the CT side, auto sniping will be a key factor to look at. He didn't really get to do much of that on Mirage.
Well, it's going to be a straight up towards the B bomb site. At least banana for HAVU. They have made their way almost to that choke point into the bomb site, where you have 2 CTs, actually a third one already rotating in as the smoke comes in range into the CT spawn. It's going to be down to Arvid and Bona here on the bomb site to make this happen.
Arvid down in 5 health early on. Gets taken down by Alexi, and that's trouble for Vitalis.
That's more what we had from the first map, right? Just more of the same.
2 quick entries into the B side, nicely set up now for the retake. This is going to be so hard. 1 flash, 1 kit. It's going to be tough.
It's going to be borderline impossible is what it is. Ona making his way from ruins.
4 players towards Banana. So they're actually grouped up nicely too. Alexi gets the headshot. Ariel gets peeked by 3 different players at the same time. Just no chance whatsoever. Very one-sided pistol round for HAVU, and so far, just much of what we saw in the opener.
Indeed it is. Now let's see what Vitalis does in the second round here. Whether or not they're going to be doing a force buy. At least a pistol has been purchased. And it seems like it is going to be a, full-on commitment into this round. This is an armors. 4 flashes also. See if they have some kind of play they're going to be throwing at us. That's a money nade though. Bona is going to be eating 2 of them, losing half his HP. As is on it as well. And that molly just going to push him back into the bomb site. Again now, this second round, HAVU just changing the pace a little bit. They're putting a lot more effort into Banana than the very first 2 rounds.
Taking it slow once again. Ona is going to be the first one to see action here. It looks like it's flashed just at the wrong time. Alexi gets the opening. Bona's falling back, frantically spamming the Desert Eagle towards the smoke. The bomb is going to be planted.
Yeah, frankly, this is where Vitalis just has to save the weapons into the following round. Make sure they have the armors, they have the upgraded pistols. Let this one slip.
And it's actually smart from Vitalis. There's no point going for that retake. They have absolutely 0% chance of winning that. So it's good to save those pistols and armors for the next round and try something else there. Bit of an unlucky break for Ane there, because without that flash blowing up right at the same exact time that Alexi just happened to peek that angle, he probably gets the opening kill, and maybe that shifts the round's outcome at least a little bit, gives them a chance. 2-0 for HAVU. No kills for Vitalis so far.
There's going to be a bit of a pause. Technical pause to make sure we have things in the right order.
Should be getting underway. Any second now. See HAVU there on the screen. Now their opponents.
Very calm and collected. Apparently a bit of a technical difficulty right now. Trying to sort it out. Hopefully we'll get to resume the game shortly. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. But yeah, like I said, I mean, previously with HAVU was very, I mean, they were utilizing middle much more than banana, which is something that, banana is the vocal point of the map for a lot of teams for a good reason. But so far, the first 2 rounds, it's all been banana for HAVU. Let's see if they actually do keep on going there as the weapon rounds come in and try to push the CTs all the way back into the bomb site.
Well, it also depends on how your opponent plays, right? Because if your opponent doesn't play aggressive banana as a CT, then there's no point utilizing a lot of the equipment there or just spending a lot of time taking that over. You can just waltz in whenever you want. At the same time, if they are actually playing by brackets aggressively in the middle area, then that's where you can go to get those trades early on. So part of that depends on who you're up against. But let's see, Bana gets back on the team right now. Hopefully we're going to be ready to get back underway shortly. 2-0, of course, HAVU up 1-0 in maps. It's best of 3 for all the marbles. I'm just kidding. It's not actually for all the marbles. It's just a bigger portion of the marbles.
The biggest portion, I guess.
Exactly. You also get a nice looking trophy that I'm sure their management will take from them. So they don't even actually get to enjoy that. It's scumbags, aren't they?
Yeah, it's probably
vultures.
Just Tompa's going to take that home, isn't he?
Yeah. He's already eyeing that. That should make Vitalis angry, if nothing else, to fire them up. 2-0, game back live. Still couple pistols and armors that Vitalis saved in the previous round from their force buy. Let's see if they can actually do something with them this time around.
Yeah, and as we can see from the minimap right now, we have 4 of the CTs very focused on a bomb site. At the same time, HAVU again going for a bit of banana control here, which is Arvid here on the B bomb side, along with that Deagle. He's hoping to make a dent onto HAVU with it. And meanwhile, things are being taken a little slower now after taking over banana by HAVU.
So HAVU basically just checked that Vitalis aren't pushing on the other side of the map, which is the one thing that that they were not doing in overpass, the custom a couple rounds, and now they're grouping up to hit B, where the only player defending right now is Arvid with his Desert Eagle. So he would have to do something magical here for Vitalis to have a chance. 4 players stack in the middle. It's going to be hugely favored round. Karin goes down. It's a nice peek. This is going to be the execution, and Arvid just needs to get 1 kill. But he just keeps spamming through the smoke, and the problem with the Deagle is it makes so much noise that it's actually somewhat easy to shoot back through the smoke, just based on sounds. Alexi overextends in construction. Zarte is going to get a good nade in. Molly, that's going to delay on it completely.
Yeah, this is going to nullify his plans totally, actually. So Zarte both targeting deflects here, holding runes. Well, this is just all about basically at this point in time, no diffuse gets. Just about getting those exit kills.
Problem is HAVU only has SMGs. They haven't really bought up for this round, so there's only so much for Vitalis to win here. Otto gets the other kill. Zarte should be getting the kill on Ane. He does. Gets the extra 600. Expensive round for HAVU in the sense that 4 people died, but they actually hadn't purchased rifles, so they do still have lots and lots of money, and they got a bunch of SMG kills to build up their bank account. So 3-0 HAVU, good start. Reasonable amount of money left for them. And the first weapon round coming in. And like I said, Otto is my player to watch here. Ariel has been probably their best player this tournament so far. I would say he has been, but Otto's the one guy who has a clear mismatch in his position as the sniper.
Indeed. He does have that op. But instead of taking a peek in middle, just going to be holding boiler here, waiting for someone to jump up. But as we can see from the minimap, again, it's going to be banana where a lot of the action is going to be taking place. It's already being taken over by HAVU, and Vitalis is not having any of it. They're just playing. They're happy to be playing the turtle strategy and stay holding the bomb site.
And it just looks like they're getting ready to execute into B. This is going to be trouble.
This should be trouble for sure. I don't know, a little late to the action with that Molly, as Karan is going to get the first kill on Bona. That's going to open up the one totally. Ona is getting isolated into runes as well. So that's going to be a 5-on-4 retake coming in, and again, it's going to be very hard. 2 mollies, 2 smokes, a flash even for HAVU to play with for this after plan. If you're Vitalis at this point, you're already saving the weapons, and that's exactly what they're doing too.
No, you need to save. There's just no way you're going to be able to retake the site.
No, just not happening.
Ane gets the smoke from HAVU to escape. Four players trying to save their weapons. It looks like they are going to be able to, because HAVU don't look very excited to go chasing for the kills this time around. Now they send 2 players. They have Reflex and Sergey on the hunt.
Yep, they're on the move.
Walking around middle, but we'll see if they're actually able to find any of the players.
Doesn't seem very likely right now.
Doesn't look like they should be able to get any kills here. Molly comes in, but just too late. The good thing for Vitalis is because they saved 4 rifles, they're actually going to get an almost perfect buy for this round. They're just going to drop 1 weapon for Bona. It's full buy. Even get an M4 for him. This is a very good buy for them. The problem is Ana is the one who dropped. Now, HAVU don't know this, but that means they don't have almost any nades in B, because only his teammate will have any. And that's the site that HAVU's been abusing so far.
And this time it's only going to be Sart to throw in a molly to Banana, but it's going to be an A push coming in through mid, and Alexi already with the first kill. Ariel manages to free fry, but it's going to be again the advantage going the way of HAVU. Arvid here under immense trouble. Sergey with a nice drive-by headshot with an AK-47, and the round over is in 25 seconds.
That was kind of a
good change of pace.
Surprising round. It was a good change of pace,
Yeah,
but at the same time, it kind of felt like Vitalis should have been more prepared for that. They kind of just ran through smokes. Should have been able to trade at least, at the very least, as opposed to just completely losing all the battles. Sergey hit a nice headshot onto Arvid as they were entering lane. That was the one point where if Arvid got a couple of kills, they could have still made that interesting. But that was a quick snapshot from Sergey. Reflex now on the chase.
Unfortunately for Vitalis' side, I mean, they're getting all played individually. From a tactical perspective, pretty much all the possible ways you could think of. But Bona, is he going to be able to save the weapon? That's the question. Well, that's frustration showcasing there, being behind those triple boxes.
They just don't have a lot to show for these rounds. 5 rounds in, they've got 5 kills total.
Yeah.
1 kill a round, so very dominant so far for HAVU. 5-0, another force buy. Last round, it was Otto who was just completely caught off guard with the op in middle. This time, he's going towards Banana.
Yeah.
Going for the hit stack here. Zarte is now opping, so there could be a bit of an op duel with the snipers towards Banana. Should HAVU choose to go in there? Looks like they're just waiting outside for the time being. The flash catches Otto, but do they go back for it, or do they simply fall back? Looks like 1 flash was enough to completely take over Banana. Double up setup, Arvid and Ariel in the A site. But when 1 flash just should not push you back all the way back to B with 2 players. They're just so scared of those B hits that HAVU successfully executed. That's completely changing how Vitalis react to even the smallest amount of nades into B. You see Ana, he's already thinking about rotation, just 1 smoke in. And this double setup in the A apartments area is going to decide the outcome of this round.
It definitely is. Again, now HAVU is taking their sweet time. They've taken over mid, but still not really decided on which part are they going to go to. It seems like they're going to go for that long route, which is on and alone there with the UMP. Not the best possible weaponry you could have for this position for sure. So he just needs to get some information. Instead, he commits to 100%, goes down, and now it's down to those 2 guys in the pit and balcony that needs to make it work. But it's going to be Arvid and Ariel going down, and again, that defense is getting mowed down.
The second Ane died just like that. That just opened the round for HAVU. I mean, he committed for the peak for whatever reason. It looked like he maybe wanted to go back towards the arch to be closer.
But he was late to the action already.
For a B rotation, but that was just too late. Once he fell back to the small pit area, or the old small pit area towards library, he really should have just stayed there. That was a big mistake, especially because he had such a SMG where you really can't expect to be moving and getting kills. I mean, he was lucky to get that 1 kill.
Yeah.
And as soon as he went down, HAVU's players were just on the flank as Ido misses a kill. He definitely should have hit. And another one for Bana. 5-0 HAVU, sorry, 6-0.
Yeah.
And this is just a dominant start. This is just not looking good at all.
Timeout. Vitalis, take a timeout. This is the point where it's almost the point of no return already. You've already seen the frustration mount on their part in some of the situations. And the way they were losing these rounds, it's like it's not even being competitive in a lot of it, unfortunately.
No, exactly. I mean, they basically lost the key kills to the point where they saved weapons quite a few times, haven't really even gotten a chance to play for the round. The previous round, it took HAVU a single flash to push Vitalis all the way outside of Banana. One flash, and they didn't even try to hold it. I mean, you just can't give up Banana control like that. It's the key part of the map. Once you do that, HAVU are free to just attack A with 2 players for Vitalis still sticking into B with no idea whether anybody's even close. Opening kill goes for Reflex from the apartments, and it looks like HAVU are grouping up to attack the A side. Bit of a stack here, but it does nothing. HAVU just completely mowed down everybody's. Arte gets 2 kills with the Tech 9. Still pre-update, of course. We'll never know what would have happened had Valve shipped an actual update instead of the beta.
Well.
Last player left on A currently with a CZ75. He's top ranking with 3 kills. Goes to show how one-sided the game's been for HAVU thus far.
Yeah, 6 kills total in 7 rounds.
How's math for you?
Oh, never mind. 7.
In all fairness, you did say you were bad at math earlier.
That's true. Also, I'm blind, so yeah.
Oh, that too.
So it kind of doesn't work that way, does it?
7-0 HAVU on the terrorist side, and this is just resembling Mirage quite a bit. At some point,
In an unfortunate manner for Vitalis, for sure, yeah.
Vitalis just need to get something going for them. I mean, they can't just bunker up in the bomb sites, because we've already seen what happens. They bunker up in the bomb sites, HAVU takes all the map control they want, and then they execute into the site, and Vitalis just have no answer for it. There's got to be something else they can do to gain some early control, and it looks like they're going for a triple push into Banana now.
Sergey is going to be the front man here. See if he can connect. He can see the hand of Anna, but it's going to be the damage dealt to HAVU instead now. But they do manage to take control of the Banana. I think that's what they were really going for. And that's always good. Again, we see Vitalis just being pushed back into the bomb site, and they will have to live without any information. This is the point in time where maybe you'll send a third guy into B, you have a good setup for a flash, you go and you contest Banana, you try to take it over again, come up with something, because right now, none of the stuff where you're being forced to the bomb site hasn't worked for you.
At least they finally dealt some damage by playing aggressively into Banana early on, but they still gave that up too easily. You should have just either mollied over Banana, triple naded, done something to try to actually force the terrorists out of it, as opposed to just holding there and falling back fairly quickly. 2 players in B for Vitalis right now. The bombs down outside of Banana. 3 players of HAVU taking over middle. And like you said, this is how Alexi likes to play. He likes to just take over the middle area. Now they have full control. They know Vitalis is bunkered in the site as Karon goes down in middle.
That's the first kill going the way of Vitalis. That's always good news for them.
And this is not looking bad for Vitalis now, because Sergey's also down to 7 health, but 2 players still in the B side that's on it, and Bana. They need to do something. They need to get a couple kills. Now, Otto's down to 8 health, but Alexi gets taken down by him. And this Molotov is just buying so much time for Vitalis. But Bana goes for the wide peak, and he gets taken out. On it with 2 kills. Ghana gets a 3rd. His saving grace was that the molly for the spot he was playing, it didn't go far enough, so HAVU didn't even look there. They thought that he was cleared, but they messed up the molly. Didn't go all the way into the corner, and he was just able to play there. Finally, Vitalis get on the board, and 4 players survive, and they've got double ops. So that's a bit of a change of pace. I actually like that, because nothing's been working for them.
Yep.
So at some point, you really just got to throw everything in the trash and try something else. 1-7, and finally they get a stop in B. Let's see. Hopefully Vitalis don't fall back in line to their previous standard play.
Yeah, you definitely want to see them keep being dynamic, because that was the thing that was
very aggressive play in banana.
That was the thing they were good at when it came to overpass. Now, that's something that can be applicable to a map like Inferno as well. We've seen good operators being able to just dictate the pace of the game so well. And Bona is very, very aggressive right now. Keeping that.
Takes a shot as he gets blinded though, so now HAVU are just so scared of it.
Yeah, they're very of the situation.
Are they not gonna clear banana?
Well, it's just straight up on 8. At least on top of middle. This is what they used to do.
But the problem is Vitalis aren't rotating out. They still have 2 players in B. HAVU have full control of middle, but Vitalis have not rotated in.
Yeah, a double stack.
Now it looks like they're going back towards banana. Vana's still holding there. He's the key player now. He needs to get the opening kill to slow this push down.
Let's see if there's a flash coming in from HAVU. Oh, there is, and that's going to force Bona.
Certainly will be.
Yeah.
But that's not what you want to do, because that doesn't help you enough.
At least the smoke is there.
And the problem is now Vitalis don't have CT side mid control. They know that Alexi has snuck in, and they have to also look towards the CT spawn. And this is a nightmare now for Vitalis all of a sudden. Ane needs to get a couple kills. Misses the molly. Bona gets the kill, but Ane just messes it up in banana. 2 kills as Ariel on the flank gets 1. 3 people now on the flank, and HAVU are just stuck with 10 seconds left outside of banana. What is going on?
This is a madness round, isn't it? Everyone's blind. Now Monster Flank's coming in, but they actually very close to getting a offline, but time's going to run out. Flex still alive in the back of triple. Let's get this second round.
As poorly executed as that round wound up being right at the very end, if Reflex kills Bona half a second faster, I think they get the bomb down, and they're in a 2v3 that they can win. But that was just a weird round, the way it wound up playing out. So second round.
Don't see that every day.
Second round in a row for Vitalis now, and they finally have some cash to fall back on as well. Double nades into banana, but there's no one in banana, so they don't do much. HAVU look to be going back for their middle control.
Indeed they are.
And Vitalis have to give up the second op. They're not able to keep it from the previous round, and they don't buy it.
And now, again, we have the double stack coming from Vitalis into the apps. Also here with its angle. Reflex is at stairs. Middle take is coming in from HAVU at the same time. But they actually don't commit to it. Instead, they're going to be coming into apps. It's a trade coming in. Favors Arvid and Vitalis as he gets 2 for 1. And now that's going to commit the push from HAVU.
And that was a nice couple of shots from Arvid there in apartments. Stayed for the peak. Won the aim duel against Caron and then traded down Reflex. But now a lot of weight on his shoulders here in Big Pit. He's the one who's going to have to get at least 1 more kill, at the very least. And then Ariel still needs to get his kill and potentially stay alive. Here's the execution. Alexi's already in the side. There comes the molly. Arvid is going to have to move, and this is just a tough spot for him to be as Ariel gets taken out. Needs to get the kill. Ane finally saves him, but Sergey gets the trade. 2-on-2 after plan in the A side.
Oh.
There should be a good molly in the site. But Zarte manages to live right around it. There's a lot of time being wasted as they walk around. Bona has a lot of nades. He's not using any of it. And he's just flashing so wide, not expecting Sergey to be up close, and the youngster gets 2 headshots, quickly closes out the round, 8-2, and that was 1 fast buy from Otto, by the way. As soon as the round started, he spawned with an up.
That's matchmaking.
So they're going for the desperation / rage buy
for the tilt.
Yeah, one of those, whichever term you prefer. 2-8. Two to 8 for HAVU. Otto finally gets an entry kill with the op to actually open up the round. Ariel boosted up in middle on the balcony. And we see Arvid playing right below him with the M4. So aggressive middle setup, and this is the kind of thing where, I mean, it's an all or nothing play against HAVU, the way we've seen them play, where they just take over middle. Either you get the kills and you just wiped around, or you get taken out. You're not going to be escaping here. Arvid gets the first one, but they've been spotted, and this is trouble for Arvid. The 2 trades come in. Otto's still here with the op. But the flash comes in, he's gonna have to fall back, and that's gonna give full control of the bomb site for HAVU, and this is just tough for Vitalis, because how do you retake the site? You don't. Reflex saw Otto. He's gonna go for the molly here.
Yeah, I mean,
doesn't even need to. Ron gets the kill.
You have to give credit to HAVU for how they use their grenades, especially flashes in the crucial points, not overextending or peeking some of the situations where you could easily do it. You know, you could just run it, but instead they're using their flashes when it's advisable, and that's giving them a lot of opportunities where they're not losing men. Instead, they're taking a lot of ground, and basically that flash just nullified altogether.
I would have liked to actually see Otto just commit to the side, Kenny S style, where you just rotate out from library, go towards lane as his teammates are getting shot at in the middle. Because there was frankly just almost no way that they could have won the round once he's stuck in the small pit area, or the library area. It's a 3-on-3, bombs blinded, HAVU gets to set up as they wish. It's just a tough spot to be in. And right now it's a save round for Vitalis. Otto has his op from the previous round. Bana has an M4. They've saved those couple guns. For everybody else, it's a save round. See what comes out of it. 2 quick kills for reflexes. HAVU just quickly attack middle, make it 3.
A lot of damage being dealt though.
1 trade, but that's almost nothing considering Vitalis actually had an M4 in middle. There is just nothing out of it almost. Got 1 USP kill. 2 players are low, but that means almost nothing against Otto's op. And right now he'd be a happy camper just to save this for the next round, but it doesn't look good. Gets 1. It's gonna be repeat right up close, gets a second one. Still got 80 points of health, but there's lots of time on a clock. Closest to him right now is Kuron. He's gonna come from apartments. I'm not sure if Otto hears him. Doesn't look like he does. Misses the initial op shot. Keeps holding, but that's the molly. I think that's gonna force him to move. Hits the next shot, and Alexei is there. I mean, they're just swarming him. That's what happens when you have 4 players chasing 1. At some point, you're just gonna be out of bullets. And it was actually the molly that, again, smart use of grenades.
Yep.
It was the molly that got them the kill. Otherwise Otto could have just held his preferable angle further back. And this is actually the first map where Ariel is just not doing a whole lot for Vitalis. He's the one who really could have been making the difference if he kept getting those double kills in the A side. Minor aggression in Banana early on, bonus by sandbags here. But he's just been so dominant. They just had no answers for HAVU whatsoever.
I feel like this is going to be one of those Hail Mary peaks, and it's going to be facing 3 Ts right now. But Molly actually does work really well in their favor. But again, it's going to be trade into 3-on-3, which is always going to favor those T-sided members, as there's going to be some kind of compensation coming from the CTs. There's going to be part of the map with just 1 CT at it. So you want to group up as a T side. Right now, it seems like they're just going to be walking towards that B bomb site.
Sartre coming in from very long to work up his courage to go towards B, but Otto never rotated into the site. He's still just holding behind the smoke, which means HAVU's gonna get full control of the bomb site as soon as they cross into it. And that's just a bit of a poor rotation on Vitalis' part. They definitely should have gone into the site when there was no smoke. Zarte misses a shot on Otto. Arvid's already rotated over, but it's another after plan 3 versus 3 situation, and HAVU are just set up nicely for this retake.
Yeah.
Karon has cleared Banana. Now they know they don't need to worry about it, and it's just going to be 2 choke points that they have 3 players holding, and it's going to be so hard for Vitalis to get in the side. Reflex gets dinked. Actually only got dinked there at the end. Zarte gets 4 kills that round. 4 final kills to close it out. 11-2, and this is just a wrecking.
It's like smurfing at this point.
Vitalis just have no answers for HAVU's play, basically. I mean, they just take over map control as they wish every single round. Vitalis haven't had almost any adjustments.
No.
Almost any adjustments at all. Just nothing to work
timeouts for
with.
that matter.
No timeout either. But they really just needed to do something different. They're not going to win this match playing their static spots, letting HAVU dictate the pace. We definitively know that doesn't work.
It's funny to say that when you watch the first game these guys played on Overpass, and that was just Vitalis just toying with HAVU in the first half. They were all over their face every time.
Yeah, but they were actually playing dynamic CT side. They had lots of setups. They were pushing around. They went a couple rounds just off of aerials, aggressive pushes along. They were doing a lot of things. And here in Inferno, I mean, obviously it's HAVU's map of choice. But here, they really had just nothing to fall back on. They just held their spots. HAVU's outplayed them, and they've had no adjustments. Sergey gets a triple here. 2 more left, 11-2, and it just looks bound to be a 12-2 lead.
Indeed it is right now. Again, HAVU just taking their sweet time. 50 on the clock before they even committed him. Aerial, though, is getting 1 kill. No trade from HAVU either, so that's always a good point for them. But look at this. B bomb side, absolutely empty right now. We already have Karan and Sergey making their way towards there. They're going to be getting a free bomb plant out of this. And, well, you could argue that the round is over at this point.
Well, it definitely should be over. Zarte spots 1 player up middle, but HAVU stay disciplined. Reflex is running now towards C-spawn. Looks like they might be going for a bit of a chase, but they're still staying somewhat disciplined. They're not overextending too much. They're making sure that they're at least winning the round. There's only an SMG, of course. HAVU don't necessarily know that, but it's going to be 12-2. How do you come back from this? And
you don't.
And Vitalis got to choose their starting side. This is their preferred side on the map. They wanted to start on CT side, and they did.
Yeah, I mean, which is fair. I mean, that's what you would go for. 9 out of 10 times, probably, right?
12-2 is the score for HAVU. 4 rounds separate them from completing their sweep here, and this will be, if they close it out, this will be their 3rd tournament win this weekend at Assembly Summer. And
it's all been very, very simple for them, to be honest with you. Has any team even gotten double digits against them except for that one, the Overpass game?
Yeah, in the group stage game, Vitalis did, but I mean, I think iGame's just been destroyed in the other 2 finals by HAVU, and this final has been just a slaughter. Bana finally gets a kill, but unfortunately, 2 of his teammates go down to 50 health at the same time, and one of them dies completely, so very favorable scenario once again for HAVU.
Indeed it is, and again, they're going to be applying pressure here mid, which they kind of do have already, as we have Ariel and Arvid here playing passively on the A-bomb side. Same thing in the B-bomb side. The 2 members playing there are not contesting Banana all too much. Bona tries to take an angle, tries to take a shot, but misses on it, has to fall back.
HAVU slowly starting to head towards the A site. Problem is, Vitalis are not sure if they've already snuck in towards Library. And we see Ariel looking that way in the site, even though Ane is not right now holding the CT spawn. Now he's rotating to B. It's going to be a 4-on-2 attack into the A site, and this is just going to be tricky for Vitalis to pull through. Sergey on the CT side, smoking off and burning Library, stopping the rotations. Ariel goes down. The last man standing is Arvid. Gets a double headshot from the back of the bomb side. 20 seconds left, bomb down. Sergey gets a kill on Ane. It's a 2-on-2. Sergey's down to low health, but Arvid's in a tough spot, still gets a 3rd kill. So 3 headshots for him this round. It's going to be down to 1-on-1. Sergey misses the initial shot. 5 seconds left on the clock. And that's going to be a tough molly. Can Sergey escape? He does. It's just going to be an aim duel. He needs to hit the shot first. Bana knows where he is, and he gets the kill. 3-12 is going to be the first half score, and that's just a very dominant score line. That's also exactly what we had on the opening map where, well, that's all Vitalis got.
Yeah, I mean, it's not your regret, is it? Would have to be one heck of a run from Vitalis to be able to come back into this. You would have hoped that this is the half where they really do get to set the pace, but instead it was all HAVU in the first half of the second map. Now it's their turn. Vitalis' turn to go on the T side.
Not a single player on Vitalis has 12 deaths, even though they lost 12 rounds. There's so many of their players just saved weapons all the time. They didn't really even get to contest many of the rounds because HAVU just gained control of a bomb site so easily using so little equipment. There was no point for them to even go for the rounds.
Yeah, no, and also in this map because you want to keep your economy up. You want to make sure you have smokes and mollies to close out the choke points as much as possible.
Granted, a couple of those save rounds worked out for them because they were able to buy more than they otherwise would have. Aggressive push into banana. Karan opens up with 2 USB headshots, and it just looked gone from bad to worse. Looking for a third, doesn't connect. Reflex gets one, but there's 2 more HAVU players right up there.
Yeah, you would have thought after those first 2 kills came in from Karan that it's all over, but it's still very possible actually. Barring the fact that the HP is very low for Vitalis right now, but they do get the bomb down.
So much damage being dealt through the smoke. Yeah. 7 and 19 health for the last 2 remaining Vitalis players. They just really have to play this perfectly to have a chance.
Yeah. Patience right now from HAVU. Taking their sweet time.
Oh, Alexis single bullet headshot on it. Smokes off Bana. He's going to be stuck in such a hard spot with low health. It's almost an impossible round.
Someone's
going to rotate.
Bomb,
it's going to rotate towards CT. The player with the defuse gets finally on the defuse, but there's just nothing he can do with such low health. 2 CTs looking his way. 13-3, 3 rounds away from the Aces ROG championship. And Vitalis just have had no answers to HAVU's play so far this game.
A little disappointing, I'm going to be honest.
The cumulative score right now is 29-6. And this is after Vitalis won the opening pistol round. 29-6 total, despite that. You would think they would have racked up 3 rounds right there, but no. Speechless.
Yeah. Not much you can say about it. Now, it's going to be a force buy coming in from Vitalis. Technize the UMP of a lot of nades, so it does allow them to have some options here in terms of what they want to do. Seems as though they're going to be looking to execute towards the bomb site. It's only started right now. Who's taking a peek here middle? I'm sure once there's any action mid, it's just going to fall back, going to the A bomb site. They're going to make sure they have crossfires coming in to get smoked off, and now it is going to be that quad push coming in. Alexis going to go down. Ariel gets the kill. And Karan as well, down to Reflex, having to make a lot of plays here. He goes down too, so it's actually looking very, very good for Vitalis at this point in time.
Arvid got those 2 kills coming out of apartments that completely open up the site for Vitalis. 2-on-3 retake. Both players have kits. Zarte actually misses his Molotov that he tried to throw into the side, or that was Sergey. 2-on-3 retake. Not a lot of time left. That Molly's going to make the corner spot unplayable. Arvid's going to have to move out. But Ane gets the kill. Zarte's the last man left. Arvid gets his triple. And finally a round on the board for Vitalis. That gives them some hope, but there's just not a lot to work with here.
No, it is
4-13. It's still not impossible, but it's gonna require almost perfect Counter-Strike for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to see that happening, all things considered, but never impossible.
The one way Vitalis has won a lot of their rounds in the other games was by controlling the economy on the terrorist side. That's how they won a lot of the games against, a lot of the rounds against Alpha. First on Overpass, and then in the cash game. They fully controlled the economy on the T side. So that is what they could do here, but let's see. First kill goes their way. Ane takes out Sergey. Once again, they have almost no map control. They just decide to kind of blindly execute into B. This time with a lot better, actually it's a fake, but now the HAVU players are pushed up because once again, Vitalis had no map control. What is happening here?
Now they're going to get confused.
This is madness.
Now they're going to be.
They don't even know themselves where they're going. This could actually be very dangerous. All Reflex needs is just one kill doesn't get this, fortunately, if you're Vitalis. But they really should not have allowed HAVU to even get into this round. Just so indecisive is their play.
Yeah. Well, it comes with the situation being as dire as it is for them. Now, Alexi here in the corner, not going to be surprised by Bona is going to see him there.
5-13. And that was not a convincing round win, if you're Vitalis.
Sure. Well,
they may have only lost one player, but that got scary there, right in the middle.
For a moment, yeah, it did.
And part of the problem is they just haven't had the same kind of map control that HAVU had. In any of these maps, they always give up on some of the map control before it's actually necessary. They might not even seek it altogether. They just committed. That was the reason that they lost the second round of Mirage. They just committed to A without even clearing any of the other parts of the map as a couple kills take place in middle. Vitalis get 2, Alexi gets 1. It's a 3-on-4 now in favor of Vitalis.
Yep, and it is an aerial. Well, actually, Arby is going to get a kill, as is Ariel now. Sold down to Sergey to try and make something happen, but, well, close to getting a kill. It's a dink onto Arvid, but it's still going to be around, going away with Vitalis. Quite straightforward at it, too. Now, this is going to be that buy round coming in. After losing the second round, it's the second half. It's the first actual buy round. We'll see what kind of a tone on the CT side is HAVU going to be throwing at Vitalis. So an op has been purchased by Xarta. Let's see what he does with it. He's going to go for aggressive peaks. Do they have some pop flashes, which is going to make him commit after for a bit of a peek, or if he's just taking some angles? Seems like it's going for a bit of aggression here. Slight aggression.
So let's see what happens in Vienna here.
Might actually really work out for him. He does miss that shot. That should have been a kill for him in a day of the week. And that's a good trade going the way of Vitalis right now. 2 kills, 3 kills going in their favor. A 4-on-2 situation now. It's already safe territory here for HAVU.
No, it is. I mean, this is round already.
Yeah, that was a big miss from Xarta, it has to be said. If he had connection on the first shot onto Otto, he wouldn't then have been able to take the kill. He did only the other guy in quad. And then the round could have turned out totally differently.
No, that was the shot that completely dictated how the round wound up going.
Yeah.
Because he missed the initial shot. That's why his teammate had to swing out from balcony to go for the peak, as opposed to just holding passively for the terrorists coming in. And Ariel is finally waking up a little bit. He got 2 kills on the anti-eco round, 2 kills right now, 2 entry kills. It was kind of thing that he was doing earlier on. He's still at the bottom of the scoreboard, but he's the guy that, if you're Vitalis, that you want waking up. Because he's the one who can actually open up the bomb sites, get you into the game. 2 weapons look to be saved here by HAVU. Bonas chasing last second, doesn't quite get there on time. But it's not quite enough for HAVU to go for the force buy, I don't think, unless they just want to go for SMGs, because they can't drop a single M4.
Yeah, let's see what they do if they go for a half buy here. They kind of do. They have those are 2 M4s, but still making sure they have bank to buy in the follow-up round. A lot of grenades there. Smokes across the board. What they're going to be using that for is just to basically try and delay Vitalis as long as possible, so that they'll eventually will have to make a hasty decision on just hitting a bomb site without really having a lot of map control or knowledge of what's going on with the CTs, because they do know Vitalis at this point in time that it's not going to be a full-on buy from HAVU, most likely.
And finally, Vitalis are taking some map control.
The 2 M4s are actually going to
Instead
get
of-
this B
instead
bomb
of
site.
simply
Now,
forcing.
this is interesting because the 2 M4s are on this B bomb site, and that's where 3 of the Vitalis guns are actually heading towards. So, see if that worked out for them, as Otto was actually taking a good angle towards Reflex, but that smoke is going to force him back.
Sergey's right now, he's the one giving up the location of one of the rifles as he stands to smoke a little bit. Let's see. Bomb's still down all the way back.
Yeah,
Carl gets the opening on Arvid. This could now get dangerous, because this is the kind of round where Vitalis could get pushed into going to B, where the rifles are located. Caron now also has an AK, so there's 3 rifles for the counter-terrorist, and the next kill needs to go the way of Vitalis.
Also, look at this. Karan having the molly. He could delay a potential push there.
That's going to be so dangerous. 25 seconds on the clock.
That smoke coming in as well. Oh, that position from Alexi right now, along with Karan. They're going to get the kills on, and they're able to get the refrag, but now Karan's still alive. He needs to stay alive, and it's going to be a round that's going to be super hard here for Otto to make happen. That's going to be a bit of a dance on the bomb site, and Xorda gets the kill. And that unlikely round goes the way of HAVU.
That's just
That has to be the final nail.
devastating for Vitalis. I mean, Arvid really shouldn't have lost that round. At the same time, I'm not sure if he needs to go there all by himself. I mean, most of the time that's free, so not sure you can really blame that. But he loses the duel against Karan, and that's the kill that completely changes the round, because Karan gets the molly that ends up delaying Vitalis quite a bit. He gets the AK, winds up getting a second kill, third kill I think as well maybe.
Yeah, and Alexi then being on the edge of that smoke. Him along with Karan getting
that was
2
just
kills
devastating.
really stopped the push, so then it was shoulder down to Otto at that point.
And the only reason Alexi got there is the molly.
Yep.
That was what delayed the terrorist enough that he was able to smoke and
It's
move
funny
up close to
funny
the
how
CZ.
like the smallest things at the game just make the biggest difference, right?
No, they just snowball.
Yeah.
And right now, we're rolling down Mount Everest.
Yeah.
And it's going to be
high speed.
And it's going to be pretty hard for Vitalis to stop the avalanche.
Indeed, that's true now. Sorry here, it's going to be smoked off, and it's going to be pushed, actually. He might be in world of hurt here, but instead, you see Vitalis actually stopping the push very last second, and sort of manages to rotate into what used to be the small pit, and now into the library, and slowing down Vitalis' attack. Just totally stalling at this point, just waiting, actually. 50 on the clock. They're all committed to this A bomb site, though, so it seems as though that's going to be the likely hit point of the map. Sort of getting smoked off. He's going to take a wide angle. He gets 1 kill. Just committing to it. Somehow makes it 2, but not 3, as Otto is the one to be able to get that refrag. This is on a shot, but it's going to be the bomb side actually going in the way of Vitalis at this point in time. He does 3-on-1 situation of all, but look at HP on Vitalis. Reflex potentially could have had a good time going to the duels, but again, he doesn't know that exactly, obviously. And I think considering the 14-7 lead they have, makes sense for him to be playing more conservatively. Also, the angles you can have on that A bomb side just make it super hard to be able to clutch.
Once again, Arvid getting the 2 entries coming out of the apartments, that was sort of like the pistol round. That was what turned it all around for them. But that was a smart play. I'm not sure if the viewers caught it, but the way Zarte played off the smokes out of library, where he just kept re-peeking, got 2 kills. The third one wound up being too much. That was the one that Otto got. And he somehow survived the hit with 100 health. No more lives lost for Vitalis. 8-14 is the score. But this is gonna be a buy round for HAVU now. One of their players is gonna be stuck with a pistol. Looks like that's gonna be. No, he's actually got an SMG out of the situation. So
fairly good buy.
Lexi with an SMG.
And all the nades you want to have in this map.
Rest
too.
of them with M4s, and like you said, all the nades. So very, very strong buy for HAVU. 8-14, but Vitalis, at least, they're finally starting to nudge it back towards a competitive game.
Question is, if it's too little too late.
Listen, man, it's 3 weapon round wins, 3 save rounds, and we're tied.
Sure.
Actually, yeah. That's all it takes.
Sure.
But the problem is, that's 3 weapon rounds that you need to win, and they've lost eco so far. It's not even a given that they win those.
Yeah.
See what happens this round. Arvid's still so far back. Arvid is almost by T-spawn. He's not clearing anything towards A, and they're basically just committing to going B. Ariel's going to be leading the push. He's the one who needs to take out Reflex here.
Yeah, who is alone here in this B bomb site. But those smokes are going to be making it a rotation, but it's going to be a fake all along, actually. The bomb has made its way towards mid. So this might actually work in the favor of HAVU at this point in time now. It's actually the bomb making its way back towards B.
And again, I don't think Vitalis even know what they're going to do. They're running out of nades slowly. And it's just going to be so hard for them to get into this site. Let's see. Reflex is still in the site. He's the one who needs to be taken care of. Takes that one. This is a good trade. Ariel gets the headshot. Arvid gets a kill, assisted by Ariel. And now this is actually a very, very favorable round for Vitalis. Not even sure HAVU's going to go for this. It's a 3-on-4. They've only got 1 kit. Let's see. Lexi gets the opening kill with his UMP.
Nice flash
The
again.
offer getting killed. Arvid now spotted, but he's going to go for the wide peak. And him and Him and Ariel once again splitting the pot once more.
Again, looking very indecisive though,
9 to
in
14.
the process of going to the happy bomb side. First, looking like they were going there, but then the bomb started making a switch towards middle, and then some way halfway through the strat, whatever they were throwing at it, still decided to go B afterwards. Kind of weird. Still worked out in their favor. And that's going to be a same round here, and double digits are very, very close to being a fact here for Vitalis.
Looked like they confused HAVU by confusing themselves.
Probably did.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it did work out.
That's what matters, you know?
So first kill there for Vitalis on this anti-eco. Actually not a lot of money for HAVU. They've got Sergey with 1,900. They've lost 2 rounds in a row, so they're certainly going to buy next round.
Well, the bomb is only just now making its way through middle. But still, the round should be pretty much done and dealt with. Sergey here just hoping to get some exits as the bomb gets planted finally. And like I said, they have made their way to 10 rounds at this point, so still a couple of weapon rounds away from being able to tie this up. But the next hurdle is going to be the round after this. Now, still money is not super great for Vitalis. I mean, for HAVU, rather. They'll be able to buy M4s and pretty much all the needs, but see how it all pans out. Well, they have lost now 3 in a row, so.
Like we said, Sergey is very low on cash, so he's just trying to get an exit kill. No one is coming his way. He's not going to catch anybody, doesn't look like. He's going to save his P2000. And it is certainly going to be a buy round for, I would expect, for HAVU. They could go for the double save, but I just don't see it happening. And there you see the first 2 rifles being bought. Some hesitation there. Some of their players still left buying as the round actually starts. Freeze time expires. 14-10. Vitalis all of a sudden within striking distance. They've gone 7-1 after losing the pistol this half.
Yeah. It definitely becomes at least competitive here. As it's going to be a bit of a fight here in Banana. Vitalis is looking to get the control. They do because HAVU gives it to them as well. And is playing more passively. Reflects. Toying with the idea of making his way into Banana, but just trying to get some information by the jiggle peak jump he just made there. Things really slowing down here.
4 players stacked in the middle area for HAVU right now. Reflex playing all by himself in B.
Once again.
Which is where the bomb is currently headed towards. So this could get dangerous for HAVU if Vitalis just choose to execute that way. Arvid and Otto are still towards the A site, so presumably they're going to be doing some kind of faking here in this area. Let's see, 40 seconds now on the clock, and pretty soon something's going to have to happen here. And Otto right now going for the smoke. Arvid going for his smoke out of the apartments, flashing out again. And this is the fake from them. And right now, Ariel spots Reflex. They don't know that he's the only CT in the B site, but they're going to get full entrance there. Going to be able to get the bomb planted, and this is going to be such a tough round now for HAVU.
Yeah, this is going to be, again, the safe territory as Arvid is going to get a flank kill in mid, too. And they're just losing men left, right, and center. But, as I say that, though, all of a sudden it's being tied by Sergey and Reflex. They still do go for the save, though.
No kits.
Yeah.
No kits for HAVU. Even though it didn't work out, I actually quite like the idea of what HAVU did, which is stacking the A site, because they didn't have a lot of nades, so they weren't going to be able to play your default spots and just delay the terrorists as they were entering the site. So instead, they just gambled. They were hoping that Vitalis comes A. If they do, they probably mow them down in middle with the 4 players that they had that way. But instead, not only do they not come A, they actually fake it and have 2 people on the flank later on. 14-11. HAVU broke, taking the tactical timeout.
I was going to say, this is where you want to have that. Like, it's been a bit of a landslide so far in the second half. Only managed to win the pistol round and 5th round of the second half. So definitely do want to take that tactical timeout. Even if you're not going to come out with something magical, at least you're trying to break the momentum from your opposition, make sure you get a bit of a breather and just focus on the upcoming rounds. They're still just 2 away from winning this.
And it does give you that minute to sort of just talk through, okay, what's actually been happening?
Yeah.
Why have you lost the gun battles? Why have they been able to get into the site? These kind of things that sometimes get lost in translation in the middle of the action that you can just sort of figure out quickly over a timeout. So couple weapons here. I would actually guess that HAVU might go here for the buy. Might just drop the SMGs. We see that happening right now, actually. So it is going to be a buy for HAVU as the game continues, which is right now, getting the unpause coming in. 14-11, HAVU needs 2 more rounds, but Vitalis coming back there on an 8-1 run from being down 13-3.
That's a pretty solid run.
It is. Once again, HAVU are committed. If they lose this round, short of saving more weapons, they're going to have to save once again. Some banana control early on. And now it is HAVU who are playing super far back into the site from the first sign of a flash or a smoke or anything. And they're going to need one of their players to just get a multi-kill to stop this push.
Yep, and Karan is going to be the one here on the balcony. He's going to be under pressure. Push is coming in. He's going to get one, but that's just the one he gets. It's a trade-off, though. Makes it a 3-on-3, but the bomb site has already been lost, and far away are the 2 other CTs, Reflection and Sergey, as they're just making their way through the CT spawn.
By the way, no defuse kits once again.
Yeah.
So at this point, once HAVU realizes they have none, they probably should be going for the save.
It's getting dicey at this point.
Otto also has the op, which means it's going to be so easy for him to block off some of the angles. 2 kills come in right there. Bana gets them both. Sergey's falling back. It's 14-12. 9-1 run now for Vitalis as they're mounting a comeback. Otto
Don't
blows
want to do
the
that.
head off of
Don't want to do that.
Bane. 14-12, and this could be a mega comeback in the making.
What do you know, right? What do you know?
Always happens in the last game of the day somehow.
I know, right? It's like they tease us.
14-12, HAVU on a buy round. Zarte's gone for the op this time around. Quite a few nades for their team. Not a bad buy at all. It's 2 rounds away, but all of a sudden, Vitalis, with tons of money in the bank, just 2 rounds from tying it.
Yeah. Who would have thought after that first half, and just the amount of frustration that Vitalis was showcasing in a lot of the situations, that they would still be able to be competitive and coming back into this. But kudos to them to be able to show this resilience they have. And then they're very close to being able to be a part of this in a real manner. As Sarda, though, is going to nullify Otto, and that's a big, big first kill.
5v4 might be the first time that HAVU's actually gotten the early pick ever since this half started. The whole time it's been Vitalis at least getting the trade or just executing 5v5.
Now, the big thing is you have HAVU with 2 players in that B bomb site instead of just Reflex there. And that's exactly where Vitalis is making their way through.
And this looks
They're
like
both on
just
the
a
site
straight up execution.
Yeah, and they're both on that bomb site too. So unless some sick flashes come in and some sick entry kills from Vitalis, this could get really hard for them. Well, Sarda
Couple kills come in.
Yeah, and Sergey too.
Sergey gets his second.
This is going to be map point, isn't it?
Hiding wisely in the site.
Tournament point.
15-12. Just 1 round away from winning the event. And the key thing for HAVU is they actually had multiple players survive. So even if they were to lose this round, because 4 of their players survived the previous round, they're not going to be completely broke for the final couple of tries.
Let's see if
to clinch the game.
Vitalis is going to throw something fast at HAVU at this point. They have the guts to do that. Try to surprise them off guard.
Bana takes some damage early on, down to 64 health.
Again, I feel like it's going to be Sarda versus Otto here soon, and then just taking an angle from the opposite side of what he did last time, and Pop flash comes in. Sarda actually misses on the shot. It's going to get taken out, and that's going to be the Q. They're just rushing in right now. Alexi on the bomb side. In the world of hurt as Earl gets 2 kills. Odd also chiming in. And that's all over for that round. 13 for Vitalis. And again, just 1 kill, just opening things up, and Vitalis just flooding that bomb site straight after.
I don't think it was shown on stream, but Ariel actually just barely saw, I think it was Caron's flash coming from Graveyard. So even though they put down a smoke there, he basically just kept spraying the spot that he knew Caron was going to be peeking at from behind. This is a very minor thing, but completely changed how the round might have played out otherwise. 2 weapons being saved for HAVU, and Vitalis, they want to go for it. There's 1, Sergey goes down, just 1 player left, that's Reflex.
And the problem for HAVU.
And you see the chasers right now behind him, but Reflex is going to be able to save this. I don't think Ana is going to be able to get to him on time. 13-15, and look at HAVU's money.
I was going to say, yeah.
They just don't have a whole lot.
That's the key issue here for them. They're going to have to save into 30.
Could actually go to overtime from 13-3. That's an even bigger comeback than what HAVU had in the group stage match, or the upper bracket match against Vitalis. 1 weapon for HAVU. I mean, this has worked out before. I think it was 2 weapons at the time, but by no means a free round. And Vitalis quickly grouping up in the middle, getting ready to hit the A side. Bana smokes off CT side. Arvid gets the opener. 1 player in the site. That's Alexi frantically spamming his CZ. Only gets 1 kill. Another trade by Zarte, but it's a 3-on-2, and the bomb is going to be planted. That's a bit of a questionable play for Reflex to actually just go down the way of peeking in the 1v3.
Also considering their money too. I mean,
Sergey only has 3,900. Reflex probably should have just fallen back the second his teammate died. Saved that AK, would have been able to drop 1 weapon. That could be the difference maker here. 15-14, just like that. It was 13-3. What doesn't feel like too long ago in favor of HAVU. Look, they were poised to win this tournament, clinch it right here. And all of a sudden, Vitalis are in the driver's seat. They're 1 round away from forcing overtime on map 2.
Oh, well, so once again, it's going to be the leading man here. As we do have Sarta here and Closet in this corner. But oddly enough, he doesn't really have anyone to play with here. There's smoke there, coming through the middle once again. It's going to be a straight up quad push coming in into the bomb plant. Caron with 1, but it's only 1. It's Alexi now. It's good trade-offs that are going to favor the T-side's play right now, and it feels like this is going to be very close to becoming an overtime game, to be honest with you. It's a very, very hard retake to make happen.
No kits once again. Story of HAVU's CT side. Not a lot of time to work with now. Reflex has cleared Graveyard. He's got a smoke. For some reason, he's not throwing it.
Oh.
Lots of damage being dealt. It's a 1-on-1, but Otto gets the kill. 3 HP separates HAVU from the title, and they're going to overtime, and HAVU's got to be frustrated.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those where it crept into their mind, probably like, well, just gonna make it happen. 3 more rounds, we're done with this.
And that's
not able to deliver.
That is exactly, I mean, HAVU actually played the game smart economically. They didn't overbuy or commit any of the usual sins. But that is a prime example of why you don't do that. Because if you do that, you make it even easier for Vitalis to come back. It's just not over. Even at 13-3, the game's just not over. Gonna have to get to 16. 3 seconds until we see the first round of the overtime. Let's see. A lot of the time what happens is once the overtime starts, somehow the magical break is enough for the other team to sort of adjust.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Either that or the terrorists just think, oh, now they figured us out, we've got to change. Let's see what happens. If Vitalis can just carry on their momentum. I mean, they went, what did they go? They went 12-2 towards the end there. Instead of a dominant run. Can they continue here?
Well, not double ops, but an op again on HAVU's side.
10K start money, of course.
Yeah.
Which means that the CTs really need to win one of the first 2 rounds to have money for a proper buy in the third.
Well,
It looks like an aggressive
classic
apartment push.
Yeah.
Multiple players from Vitalis going out of the apartments. Arvid's getting set up for the flash. Karan's going to be caught off guard here by the flash, but his teammate had his back, gets the flash in, and this is now going to be hard for Vitalis to come out of the apartments as they get delayed. Arvid gets the kill. Alexi instantly trades. Otto left in a 1-on-2 situation. 1 minute left on the clock. Spam coming through the smoke from Sergey. He hears the bomb being planted. Reflex is actually on the flank coming from the apartments.
Also just going for the white peak, and it's not going to work out. Sergey gets the kill, and, well, they finally do get that 50 round when it goes overtime. What did you say, right?
Somehow that always happens.
I know, right? It's weird.
The MVP of the round is actually Alexi, because the second that the flashes started raining in and Karan was caught completely blinded right in the middle of the site, it was Alexi's flash that blinded all 3 Vitalis players, who, by the way, each of them stayed in the apartments, and that's why they got mowed down 2 seconds later once the flashes wore off for the CTs. That's the point where you just need to go out, because if you don't, you're going to get mowed down later. It's just better to go out blind against other blind opponents. So if you gain ground on that, that's good for you. So 16-15 now. HAVU need 3 more rounds in the first overtime to clinch the tournament. Vitalis need to mount a small comeback on top of their big comeback to force a 3rd map here.
Indeed. HAVU willing to give that banana away to Vitalis. We'll take it over as well. Again, that's going to be part of the build-up process for them in the round, instead of just going and plowing in the middle. That's something we've seen a bunch of times here from them. It's been working pretty well for them too. Just getting that entry kill, or at least trading it, and then just plowing through along with it. Now this time though, it's more about just gaining map control. It's all about getting as much away from the CTs before committing to any of the pushes.
Lexi boosted up in the middle. See over the smoke. Molly's going to be burning Otto. He's going to have to fall back.
Well,
Actually, he pushed through the Molly. He's going to take the duel now against Zarte. Pre-fires library as opposed to the corner. The Zarte was holding. And right now, Vittel is getting ready to group up towards B. But HAVU have 2 players in the site.
And a Molly on reflex as well.
And Alexi is actually already rotating towards B. This is going to be tough for the terrorists.
Yeah, a Molly here in Reflex's hand as well. With 20 on the clock, he's going to drop this down, and that's going to make it so hard for the Ts to make it happen. Sergey with the first kill. Reflex chiming in, Sergey with another one. Pretty much just nullifies his attack all on its own, and it's going to be all down. HAVU with 2 in a row on overtime, making it 17-15. 19 is the golden number you're looking for. Somehow, they're looking poised to just clean sweep this first half of the overtime.
Final round of the first half of the overtime. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
HAVU won 2 straight rounds after only winning 2 weapon rounds in the entire CT side out of 15. Now they're 2 for 2. Some aggression from Alexi with a nade out.
Molly damage. I mean, Bona and Aune both going down. Bona especially down to 21. And this time HAVU is actually contesting Banana a lot more. Sergey here at the choke point of the site, along with Reflex. He's taking a quite a wide angle actually now. Decides better off just falling back and boosting up Reflex into the common spot where you see a lot of CTs play now, but it's also pre-fire territory. Again, we're going to be seeing that just walking into the B-bomb site. They don't have a lot of grenades to work with. They do have mollies, but only just a smoke. Well, here comes the push in. Oh, that's 2 kills from Reflex, but trades do favor Vitalis in the sense that they get the bomb site, but the HP advantage is on HAVU's favor.
40 seconds left now for HAVU to retake the site. This time they do have defuse kits. Still 2 mollies left for Vitalis, and that's going to make it so tricky. Let's see. Karan boosting Zarte up. He's not seeing anybody from here. If he moves a little forward, he might see Otto, but he stays. I'm not sure why he stayed so passively far back there. Surely going to run out of time here. And this is going to be the 1 round that Vitalis get. They get 1 to work with out of 3. It's not what they wanted, but it does keep him alive.
Yeah, it does give it an opportunity to close it out here and forces to map number 3. But yeah, HAVU just straight up walking into the B bomb site from the Vitalis, and they somehow made it work.
We are getting straight into the action, going live for the second half of the overtime. No breaks here. HAVU need 2 rounds to clinch the tournament. By the way, if you look at their score, between 19 and 22 kills for all of HAVU. It's very, very consistent. Yeah. Nobody shining quite like Alexi in the earlier game today.
Yeah, indeed. It's very even between Otto, Aune, and Arvid on Vitalis' side.
And here we go. Vitalis need 3 rounds here to force a 3rd map in the series. They need 2 to force another overtime. HAVU get 2, it's game over. Tournament over. Let's see if they're able to finish this off. Finish what they could not finish in regulation.
Molly coming out from Alexi. They're contesting Banana straight away once again. And Chico the boost here coming from Otto.
Nice
yeah,
pick
that's a good pick
with
from
the
them.
boost there.
Indeed. Indeed it is.
5-on-4 in favor of Vitalis. And finally, they made something happen with Otto's op.
Yeah.
Finally. He's now rotated in the middle, and it looks like he's going to see some action from HAVU, who are all 4 players moving towards the A site. Not really sure what that smoke does, because HAVU is going to run right past it. Ariel is the key player here. He needs to get a kill and stay alive once HAVU actually start executing into the A site. He's the one player in the spot where he gets a kill. It's going to be super hard for HAVU to actually get the bomb down. Arvid also holding the apartments. Reflex is there all alone with 29 health points. It's going to be so hard for him to survive this. Let's see.
Oof. Well,
somehow Ariel goes down. Arvid gets the kill. 3-on-3 situation. And HAVU are actually quite well set up for this. Somehow both of Arvid's teammates just went down in the site. And this is not looking bad at all for HAVU. 3-on-3 retake. Kids on all CTs. Sergey's once again in the same spot. This time he's not going to see anyone coming from lane. Vitalis are just taking so long right now. So long to start their push towards the site. And that's going to cost them easy kills. Easy kills for HAVU's players. No chance for Arvid as the final 2 HAVU players stay hiding and delay the bomb enough. 18-16. And that means tournament point once again for HAVU.
Yep, they've had this before. Question is, can they capitalize finally on it? Still money for Vitalis to buy full into this, as they did win one of the rounds already. Like we said previously, that's the one thing you need to do on this side. You need to make sure you win one of the first 2 to have money for all 3. Again, the Stargate is going to be creeping up on Banana. Molly's being thrown, taking that ground away from the CTs, giving themselves an opportunity for any potential fakes. Just taking away that map control for Vitalis. Not much else has happened so far, as we can see actually Vitalis is holding mid quite aggressively this time. They want to take a fight, but Sarda is going to open things up. That's a good opening kill. Is that going to initiate something from the T's? Actually, look at Alexi. He's going for some plays here. This could really be the one that win this game. As the smoke comes in, he's going to come through it.
That's a very unfortunate smoke from a teammate.
Yeah, exactly.
If that smoke doesn't land, he wins the round right there. But it looks like he's going to get there anyway. It's a 4-on-2 retake for Vitalis. And this looks like HAVU should be able to finally claim the tournament win here. 4-on-2. Sergey is going to see Bana here any second coming from Boiler. And he still puts down a smoke. So much time running out from the clock. Ana is running all the way back towards Library. Just nothing being done. The CTs are slowly running out of time. Forcing the peaks. Final player left is Ana. He's down to 14 health points. 3 players left, and that's the win finally. Sergey gets the kill, and that's 19-16 HAVU for a 2-0 win.
Yep. They made it, well, not as clean as easy as we would have thought after the first 3 halves of this final. 13-3 at one point. still forcing overtime Vitalis. So I mean, kudos to them for having the mental fortitude to be able to come back and make it into an actual game. But also massive congratulations to HAVU, who they the grand slam of Assembly, basically just winning everything they could have.
No, they sweep the event.
Yeah,
3-0 for them. Finally made the statement they've been kind of hoping to make in the previous tournament this year. The clear best team in Finland now. 3 victories here. Came through at the end. Lost a 13-3 lead in the second map. Didn't break down mentally. Still stayed in it. Finally won it all in overtime. 19-16 the final score. And that was a good comeback from Vitalis. They weren't quite there on the opening map, which is a shame. Made it all the way back to overtime on Inferno. It just wasn't enough.
Yeah, I mean, on an individual level, I think we're both quite positively surprised by a bunch of individuals. Otto, Ariel, pretty much. I mean, they were all delivering in different parts, but I think those two are probably the ones that we haven't seen as much before, and now getting to see them in this kind of tournament delivering and being massive parts of their team doing good stuff at times.
And Arvid we've already seen, but let's see. We're going to get one of the players for a winning interview, I believe. It's probably going to be Alexi once again, I would guess.
Yep.
Thank you, Joona and Tommy. Congratulations, Alexi and HAVU.
Thank you.
Quick question on Mirage. Was there something that didn't go on your way?
On Mirage, didn't go our way.
Yeah.
We just dominated. I think we changed CT positions with Jesse. So I think that took our CT side to the next level. So the CT was good and we won the T-pistol, so it was easy.
And then on Inferno, it took you to the overtime to take that map. What went on that map, Inferno?
I'm pretty sure, first of all, we had a great T-side, of course, like we usually do. But the problem was that I think everyone was ready to celebrate the victory already, even though we still had to put 4 rounds together. And in the end, when we got to overtime, I just told them that now we have the money, since we only played with UMPs and some bad utility. So when we had the money, I knew that we were going to win on CT side.
All right, congratulations on the Asus ROG Masters Championship. You know what to do with it. And on that note, HAVU Gaming takes the Asus ROG Masters Nordic Championship, which takes them to the European Championship. So make us proud, boys. Thank you everybody who tuned in and watched live here in Helsinki or through the Twitch. Good night.